I'm Grace Sanchez, Senior Vice President of Development. Today, we're going to spend some time with our CEO, Anil Vadaparty, as we are going to give you some updates on some recent changes that we've made to our program. Anil, thank you so much for taking time.
Well, thank you, Grace.
We've got some things to share with our community and our audience. Let's jump in and talk about some recent changes we've needed to make to our foster family and adoption program. I know that this program has meant so much to you personally and to us as an agency. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. As we've announced, we are closing our foster family and adoptions program. And, that was a very difficult decision, to make. When we think about 125 years of history with McKinley, there are some moments that really, truly are watershed moments in our history. The establishment of this program almost 30 years ago was one of them. If you could imagine during that time, McKinley provided all of their services on their campus, didn't have any community locations, worked with boys only, and so this program changed all of that. It led to us changing our name from McKinley Home for Boys to McKinley Children's Center. That established us in the community, where now we're thriving, as you know. So it really, truly was a pivotal moment in McKinley's history. And, reflecting back on that, it's, it's sad to know that the program is closing. Making the recommendation to our board, who offered their full support. The moment I announced it, I got so many phone calls from folks in the county that we work with, from the state, former team members, all of them expressing their own sadness, but understanding why it needed to be done. It truly reminded me of how much this program impacted the community, and how it's part of McKinley's story and in history.
Wow. I'd like to know, Anil, what were some of the key factors that led to this decision? I'm sure it wasn't just one thing. There was, I'm sure, several things. Why don't you share with us?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone here in California knows that there is an insurance crisis. Almost everybody is being impacted by it, and we are as well. Particularly for this program, it has been very, very challenging to get insurance, almost to the point that it was unattainable. That was one challenge we're facing. There's financial constraints with the program. We all know that the state is also experiencing a budget deficit, and any conversation about rate increases for this program have been tabled, which is unfortunate. There's been changing placement dynamics as well. So it wasn't just one reason, as you indicated, Grace. It was multiple reasons, but unfortunately, they just all seemed to converge at once. And we made the difficult decision that they were just insurmountable at this point.
I understand, Anil, that you have met with lawmakers and even maybe some folks in the insurance commissioner, other leaders that are in similar service sector with foster family and adoption. What were some of the findings that you found there, and how did that also bring some clarity to your decision?
Yeah, we met with a lot of lawmakers, as you mentioned, Grace, and they were all very sympathetic and understanding. I think they truly understand the importance of foster care programs. And of course, they understand the insurance crisis. They know what's happening in California. Unfortunately, some of the relief that we needed was not forthcoming, which was unfortunate. In my conversations with other leaders, other nonprofit leaders who operate similar programs, they all share that they're facing the same challenges, and they know that they may be at a crossroads at some point. That helped me to understand that we weren't alone in this, and that we are going to continue to advocate. Just because we're exiting the program, we're absolutely going to continue to use our platform to raise this issue. Because we want to be sure that we can do everything we can to help the environment.
I love that. What would you say to the question about how are we supporting our resource families and our staff during this transition time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The care of the children we work with is our top priority. It always is. So we are working with our current resource parents, helping them to transition, whether they would like to go with the county or with another private foster family program. We're going to help them through that process. And do it in a way to where the children's placement is not disrupted, if at all possible. That's our top priority. To our team who, as you could imagine, were devastated about hearing this news. And the devastation wasn't about them. It was about the impact that this program has made. We are hopeful that we will be able to keep all of them in a new role, but one that they will still be providing and making a tremendous impact.
That's so important, Anil, and I respect that so much. What would you say to the resource parents who are watching today or our staff? They've dedicated their lives, they've opened their homes, they've opened their hearts to take in these children. What message would you like to give them today?
Yeah, absolutely. To our resource parents, you are our heroes. You're the heroes for the children that you provided a home to. You provided them hope, safety, a sense of belonging. In many cases, they've never felt that before. And there are hundreds, thousands of children that are thriving now as adults because of our resource parents. So to our resource parents, I say thank you. To our team, what's always struck me about them is the dedication they have to the children that they work with and the parents that they work with. I know of so many times where they're responding to a call or staying in a resource home until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just doing whatever was needed to make sure that the child and the family had what they needed at that moment. To them, I say thank you. Thank you for making so many miracles happen and for doing it in a way that only you could do. It really is amazing, and this is exactly why I'm really hopeful that they will all stay with us, and that we'll be able to find another way for them to make an impact.
I love that. I would like to ask Anil, we at McKinley, our mission has always been about the youth and the children. Will that change moving forward? Is there going to be, anything that our donors or our audience need to be concerned about, or will we continue to help youth moving forward?
Absolutely. Our mission is not changing. And just as you said earlier, McKinley's not going away. We are here. We are going to continue to provide services to our communities, to the children in the community, families. We're just going to be doing it in a different way. We still have our residential program where we serve foster youth. We still have a very large and growing mental health program that, again, also provides support for youth in foster care. We have a growing educational program. So there's programs that absolutely are going to remain and thrive. And we look forward to serving youth in foster care in all of those programs. There's also some new programs in development. We're hoping to be able to launch a transitional housing program soon. This program will help children who are exiting the foster care system and to help them be successful as adults. And so that's a program we're looking forward to. So yes, we are continuing. We're sad about this transition, but we're still going to very much be an advocate for youth in foster care.
That's wonderful to hear, Anil. Thank you so much. As we look to the future, we know that part of our strategic plan is about the future is unwritten. What would you say as you look out and you look to the years coming? What do you see in the horizon?
What I really see is McKinley continuing to evolve, grow their impact, perhaps re-envisioning how we do it. But growth into new communities, more and more innovative services. There's as you had mentioned, the future is unwritten for McKinley. And that's how we're approaching this time. It's an exciting time. We're asking you to help us write that future And we look forward to sharing that with you.
Anil, I cannot thank you enough for taking time. I'd like to also share with our donors, our foundations, corporate support. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. And we just want you to know we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to help youth and families and communities that need us. And we need you more than ever. So thank you for everything that you do. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you again, Anil.
Thank you.